election day in the USA, so might not have too many contributions, but appears that Trump is gaining momentum, but early days yet, so who knows. So if there are any American guys out there, give me your idea about what's going on, and how do you think you're tracking, and how do you think you're traveling. Just in the car, it's a really hot day. It's about 33 Celsius, so stinking hot outside. So I'm keeping out of the forest, any outdoor areas today. No, no one here yet. That's all right. I think they're too focused on the election count, but maybe someone will turn up, I hope. Just here in the car park of a fast food restaurant near my place. Good place to just pull up and make a phone call or do a bit of scrolling, whatever. Just keep the door locked because a bit of crime around here lately, and petty theft and people trying to break into cars, that sort of thing. I'll just stay here for a while and see what happens. So hopefully we can have a bit of a chat. Okay, guys, I'll hang around for a few more minutes and just see if anyone turns up. I said I'd be here like from about 1:30, I think it was. If not, I'll try again a little bit later to see if I get any bites on here. Yeah, it's a bit better, more comfortable. You know, we don't have any action yet. I've noticed, I was watching the news at my mum's place, and apparently Pennsylvania and California have not been counted yet, and a few other places, but Trump seems to be on a certain trajectory and has some momentum, but who knows? Shouldn't be complacent and just, you don't count your chickens until they've hatched, I suppose. So just got to wait and see. I was going to go for a bit of a long walk, but it's so hot outside, it's really bad. So quite a good idea to do this actually. I'm just going to adjust the seat. Yeah, that's better. So who's out there? We have one. Anyone there, guys? Yeah, I've been doing a bit of research, and I feel that especially a lot of young black men, I was going to make a video about this too, they may have turned upon Harris when they see all this these illegal border crossings and these undocumented aliens being given vouchers and being put up in expensive hotels and being given all this assistance, and meanwhile their tax money is just getting wasted. And you could say the same sort of thing in regard to Ukraine as well, too. Although I know some people disagree with me on that, but I think a lot of taxpayers, American taxpayers, would be getting really shitted off, pissed off with their money being wasted in Ukraine and to Israel to a lesser extent, but nevertheless, still the funds going over there and weapons and stuff. So I don't know how you feel about that. I've had a few arguments, not arguments, but disagreements with people in regard to that. And I know it's not just the USA doing that, it's other countries as well. All right, up to nearly 7 minutes now. Yeah, might not be a good time to stream actually, but just because of the current circumstances. But just thought I'd throw my 50 cents worth in anyway. And I hope you guys can hear me anyway. It seems to be working fine on my end, but I'm not sure. Like I had a problem once before. One of the live streams was quite successful. The other one I did was, you could say, a bit of a fizz or a bit of a failure on a Sunday. But today it is Wednesday, so I know the right day. So that's good. So this is just actually a test anyway. I'll try again if this doesn't really work out. We have Master Yoda. How are you, mate? It's good to see you on here. How's it going down there in Sydney? So I have two people in the house, apparently. I'm just here in the car. Got the air conditioning on because it's really bad out there in Brisbane today. Just been over to my mum's place and I went to visit the dog, but it's a pretty just quiet, chilled out sort of afternoon. And it's a work day obviously too here in Australia. So a few of the Aussie viewers might be busy, and the USA guys are following current events over there. Okay, I'll just hang around here a bit longer. I made a video yesterday in regard to Chinese nightclub girls and how a lot of men are starting to boycott nightclubs over in China, and some guys have just been mega simping and wasting heaps of money and getting ripped off by women, just wasting huge amounts of money. It's really crazy, and you know those places. Some of you guys might have lived in different cities. They got bottle service, all that sort of crap, and men just end up wasting huge amounts of money in these places. Oh, Master Yoda, YouTube took down your channel. That really sucks. Let's go back here. Sorry, I've just... Oh, where are we? Okay, I'm back again. Yeah, it seems YT doesn't like a lot of this black pill type of content, and I think it's going to happen more often. They'll try and remove it, just not palatable for these types, and censorship is something that's becoming very irritating, obviously. So I feel it'll happen more within regard to MGTOW content, or especially MGTOW guys who lean more toward the black pill. That's like what I do. So that's I'm just doing this on my phone, guys, because I'm out and about today. I'm in the car, so it's a bit amateurish, but I just thought I'd try this anyway. Did it once before and it worked out okay. Yeah, Yoda. I know. In Sydney, the nightlife economy was declining for quite a while. Here in Brisbane, it has picked up quite a lot, and down the valley, that's like Australia's number one nightlife precinct now. And I don't know why, because it's very expensive just to get a schooner, get a beer down there. So I don't know why it's like that. It's a bit weird. But I know there's definitely a pushback against nightclubs, simping. The alcohol's too expensive anyway. You can go to the bottle shop and you can get a carton. Still, sometimes they're on special. They're pretty cheap, and just get some Canadian Club or Jamps and cans or something. And they're not that cheap, but they're still a lot cheaper than a club. So I can understand why some of the clubs might be losing business. Well, that's good. If your channel's back up, I'll try and I'll check it out. Any latest content. I'll check on the progress of the election a bit later. I feel that like politicians, they shouldn't concede too early. Like up here in Queensland, you would have seen Miles. He thought he had it in the bag, but actually he didn't. So can be a bit of a foolish thing to do, I feel. Yeah, I thought one of my subscribers, Home Brand, was going to turn up. Maybe he's forgotten or just got the wrong time. I think D-Man, he knew I was going to do this, so but that's good. Got Master Yoda here. Um, Good channel, good Black Pill channel. So I do follow the Black Pill, a few of the Black Pill channels, and can relate to them in some ways. So I always appreciate the Black Pill content. Yeah, the beer, like schooners, I don't know if they're selling pints in some places, but schooners are quite expensive, even at the RSLs, but you can get your discount there, and they've got good food there, obviously. But I haven't actually been to a proper pub for quite a while, and I was in at the new Queen's Wharf here in Brisbane in August, and I was going to buy a beer, but they wouldn't accept cash, and you know that Star's having those financial problems, so you think they'd be trying to take as much money as they can get because they're in financial strife, and stupidly, the previous government wanted to bail them out, which I'm very against, like bailing out a casino. I just think that's idiotic. Waste taxpayers' money on that. That's insanity. Brizzy boy, oh, how are you, mate? I haven't heard from you for a long time. I didn't know you're still around. Are you over on the north side still? I think. Yeah, you used to stream a lot and had some funny content. I remember. I'm just actually at I'm at Anley at the current time in the south side, and just in a fast food car park off Ipswich Road. So it's actually can be quite good here. Just get out of the traffic on Ipswich Road, and in the middle of the day it's not too bad, but at night time you get a few hoons and delinquents come in here. Oh, Chermside, yeah, that's a busy area too. I haven't been over there for quite a while. Pretty crazy traffic on Gympie Road and around that area, Roadie Road, all that area. I've done work out there before, but not for a long time. Yeah, how does a casino get into financial trouble? That's a good question. I don't know how their Gold Coast operation's going. I I was down at the coast last July, and there's a new tower there on the old Broadbeach Island. So they're still building, even though apparently they've got no money. I just think they've overspent, and they didn't do their due diligence, and didn't factor in the CFMEU and cost blowouts and construction overruns. So apparently Queen's Wharf blew out by $1 billion. So that's not a good situation. But there's 3,000 people working there, so that would be a shame if they lost their jobs. Okay, that's good. Got two people here anyway, three now, I think. Master Yoda was here in '99. Yeah, it's sort of changed a bit. I don't think people are as friendly as before, but it's still good. Yeah, humidity is just awful, and my elderly mother really hates it. She's getting old now, and today she's really feeling it. But she's at home with the dog and got the air conditioner on. But I was in the forest at Toohey Forest yesterday, near the McDonald's at Salisbury, and this a really strong wind came up and had a severe storm warning. And I was watching it come across over the top of the ridge, but it just ended up being an ordinary thunderstorm. So that was good. I was expecting hail and a lot of strong wind, but nothing happened. So that was a good outcome. Yeah, I haven't been to Sydney for, I think 2006 was the last time I'd actually spent a few days there. I've been through the airport heaps of times, transiting, but I haven't actually been in Sydney proper, Sydney itself. So I don't really know what's going on there now. I lived at Northmead for a while, out not far from Parramatta, but that's a long time ago. So that area would have changed a lot. That was like back in the late '90s, mid to late '90s. I was there for a while, but yeah, a long time ago now. But Sydney's just crazy busy. I don't really like it, but I can understand some people like it. I suppose it's sort of Australia's version of Hong Kong or New York. It's very big and busy and brash, so I can sort of understand the attraction for some people. My sister is really into Melbourne. Her husband works in Melbourne and comes from Melbourne, so she goes down there a lot. But I never go down there, even though I could go down there and stay. I just prefer up here, Gold Coast. But the traffic's terrible on the M1, so I don't get on the coast that often. Try and keep off the roads. Alright, it's been about nearly 20 minutes. It's pretty good. Oh, Ohio Dan. How are you, brother, over there in the USA, Ohio? So, what do you think, Dan? How do you think you're travelling with the election over there? Do you think Trump has got the momentum, and what's your take on it? How do you think the Republicans are travelling? I was watching Sky News Australia for a while, and my mum had Channel 7 Australia on at home at her place, but I don't know. I just think it's too early to tell just yet. Wait for Pennsylvania, California, some of these other states, and just see what happens. Got that? They're showing that needle, which I think is from NYT, the New York Times, which some people are sort of bagging it, saying it's stupid, but I don't know. Yeah, it does look promising for Trump, I feel, but it can be a bit dangerous to concede too early. So I hope Trump doesn't do that. Uh, we had an election here recently in Queensland, and Stephen Miles, who was the leader, he conceded early, and he ended up losing by quite a margin. So politics can change quite rapidly sometimes. But yeah, it does look like there is a movement toward Trump and momentum for the Republicans at this stage. So a few prominent people are calling it for Trump, so maybe they're right. So they could be on the money. Yeah, Sydney before the Olympics. I mean, back in the 80s, it was fantastic. I really liked Sydney then. And around 94, 95, Sydney was just fantastic. And it's not just the people and the demographics that have changed, it's the environment. It's just become fairly grotty, and the same here in Sydney, like Brisbane, Gold Coast. I really notice it, the deterioration, and most of the forest between Brisbane and the Gold Coast has been removed for light industrial and housing. So it's not like how I remember, but maybe nostalgia can be a bad thing. Maybe I shouldn't dwell on the past and say, oh, it was better back then. I think it was, but what can you do? So. Got 5 people now. That's pretty good. It's just nice to hear from a few guys in real time and just bounce a few ideas around and see what's going on. One reason why I don't understand why someone would vote for Harris is just because of all these illegal border crossings and this immigration. I feel here in Australia, at least, we're like an island continent, and we don't have a border with another country with a large population. Just like imagine Australia had a border with Indonesia. Imagine the sort of problems that we'd have here. It would be quite crazy, probably similar to having Mexico next door. But we still have illegals coming here, obviously, and they're coming in and they overstay their visas. So there's too many people coming into Australia anyway, I feel, coming in legally. So it's just putting a strain on the roads and rail and hospitals and all sorts of things. One good thing about Sydney, we have the best brothels in Australia. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been to one in Brisbane. I think I'm not anti-escorting like some MGTOW guys. I think if guys just want to get needs met, yeah, that's fine. But I'd never go to a brothel. It's just not my thing. I know a few guys in Brisbane who've been to them, and they just said it was an unpleasant sort of weird experience. So I wouldn't go to one personally. But some of the independent ones, okay, that's fine. And I've always liked Asians, so I'd only go to an Asian girl, but each to their own. And if some guys don't want to go down that route, that's fine. Pardon the pun, but yeah, I know some guys in MGTOW they're anti-escorting and sex workers, and that's fine. I can understand why some guys don't like it. They might say that it is gynocentric, but I think as long as you don't marry, you're not dating, you're not living with a woman, that's good enough. It's just stupid to get married with the state of the legal system. And I've had a few people say to me, "Oh, Sean, you should remarry, and it'll be okay, and you can be happy." And but they never consider that marriage is actually a legal contract. So I think it's the Marriage Act 1961 here, which is legally binding, and a lot of young guys get married and they don't even think about this fact. So it's quite weird to me. But you might have seen a few months ago I made that video about the massage shops. It's just insane the amount of massage parlors, massage shops here, escorts. There's probably like 15 or 20 escorts within a mile of my apartment. It's just crazy. So there's obviously a big demand for these services. So maybe a lot of guys in sexless marriages out there. Yeah, yeah. To be a monk, I think is okay. Recently, I'd say the last few years, mostly I've had a monk lifestyle, and my interaction with women is quite limited. Um, like I go to cafes maybe twice a week, and haven't been going as much lately because of the cost of living, and I can afford to go. I just feel it's a waste of money to go too often. So I've been cooking more, but I'm always polite to the girls. I go to a Taiwanese cafe here in Brisbane, Taiwanese Australian cafe, and those girls are very pleasant and the service is great. So, but that's really the only sort of interaction I have. Or I go to the bank and there are female staff there. Go to the supermarket. I see my mum. I see my sister. When I put petrol in the car, there's girls at the servo. So that's sort of the interaction I have. It's nothing much more than that. And see a few female relatives every now and then, and some of them are okay. Like they're older gals, so they're from a different generation, so they're pretty cool. But maybe they can see the problems that have developed as well. It's not like in their day, so things are different. But yeah, I shouldn't really judge. And I've got a few married friends still, and some of them, one guy in particular, is having problems with his Filipino wife at the current time. I wouldn't. She's not lazy, but she looks around. They want to buy a new house, upgrade their house, but she's looking at houses that are way out of their budget, and that ties in with the whole hypergamy and I want something better sort of mindset. So a lot of guys are dealing with that, and as you know, in places like Sydney and Brisbane, housing is extremely expensive. So if you whack another 500,000 onto your mortgage, that's a ton of stress that men don't need that shit in their life. It's crazy. I don't know why a man would take that on now. Okay, that's good. Nearly got half an hour. So thanks for listening, guys. That's really great. I didn't expect to get too many people on here, so I might do this again sometime. It's just a test, really. Did one last year, which was pretty good. Had about, I think, 8 or 9, 10 people were there. I do have a laptop, but that's at my mother's place. I just keep it there. I don't have Wi-Fi connection at my apartment. I just never bothered. Maybe I should, but just use. I've got two mobile phones, two Nokia's, like an XR21, which I make videos with. Which the picture quality is very good on that phone, so I like to use that. Was just I don't know if any Aussie guys might know much about this, but I was listening to the radio this morning, and apparently there is a gal or two gals on the Gold Coast. They have an OnlyFans, and they're trying to take advantage of the young men who will go down there, and they want to make porn videos with them. And this has been called out in the media, so I think that's really good that these women are being shamed for trying to exploit young men. I think that's wrong. Just using them for their content to make money and just to build up their OnlyFans. That's quite disgusting. I think if a girl just says she's a proper escort and men visit her, that's fine. But I don't like all this only simps, OnlyFans crap. It's a lot of garbage. If that was banned, I'd be quite happy about that, to be honest. Even though I don't like censorship. So I just heard the tail end of that on 4BC radio this morning about these OnlyFans gals preying on young men at schoolies on the Gold Coast. And heard that same shit goes on in the USA and the UK too. At like spring break or whatever the equivalent is in other countries. 31:24, a bit over half an hour. I'm just going to go and get an iced coffee after this. I was going to go for a run, go for a bit of a jog, but it's just too hot and really need some rain. We've had two storms recently, but the forest is just really dry and biologically dead. I saw a parrot a few days ago, an olive and red parrot, and took a video of it, but it was just like a silhouette. I couldn't get a good bit of footage, good bit of video of that, so it was a bit of a shame. Severe drought in Ohio. Yeah, I remember you said that. Yeah, and I was just reading in regard to that flash flooding and that tragedy in Spain. Apparently, they'd been in a drought also for 2 years before that occurred, and that's quite horrifying what occurred over there in Valencia. Brizzy boy, I always remember what my mum said. Anyone who takes off their clothes or has sex on camera for money is just too lazy or stupid to get a real job. Yeah, you've got a lot of these girls like who do OnlyFans, or they spend their life working in bars and nightclubs. They're often very vacuous, sort of tedious sort of individuals, and they just see men as a disposable commodity and nothing else. Like, men are just there to be used for money, or to get, they want the men's attention. It's a lot of crap. And I used to do that myself when I was in my 20s. I used to go to a place called Players. It was like a strip club up at Spring Hill here in Brisbane, and I wasted quite a bit of money there on Friday nights. And they had their own beer. It was like $8 a bottle, which was like a fortune, a heap of money back then. But myself and a few other mates, we'd go there and waste money Friday night, sometimes Saturday night. But I grew out of that, thank goodness, eventually. Used to be a few. There was Players, and there was some other one. I can't remember the name of it, but just a lot of BS. I think there's still one in Elizabeth Street. You get a lot of Asian girls now working in those, like from South Korea, China, Hong Kong, a few from Thailand, but seem to be more North Asian, Taiwan, those sort of places. Yeah, a lot of them, those gals are damaged too. They've abused alcohol. They might have some mental problems, and it's like alcohol becomes a cope for them. So but we all make choices, don't we? And we've got to live with that. I've done a few dumb things. I had to live with that. Wasted quite a bit of money when I'm younger. I'd be better off. I should be better off now. But things are pretty good. But had a few missed opportunities. But that's my fault because of my you could say poor choices I made financially, and just didn't have discipline which I should have had. So it's sometimes you just got to blame yourself, I guess. Just have a look through here. Yeah, they see a man as a walking, talking ATM. I'd I'd have to agree with that. That's how men are viewed in many cases. Disposable commodity, like just throwaway society, can be with people as well. It's it's a bit sad. Like I mean, the superficiality, and if you're an older guy and you remember like back in the 80s, early 90s, there was still like superficial people and hypergamy and that sort of thing, but I just feel it's ramped up to a new level now. Yeah, I'll just hang out here for a little bit longer, make it about 40 minutes, and then I'll have to go off and just do a few errands, and I'll get a coffee, a cold one, no hot drinks today. And apparently Friday's going to be a stinking hot day, like 34, 35. It's actually hotter out here. You go out past Salisbury and Rocklea, around those areas, it's like 3 or 4 degrees hotter. So it gets up to like 37, 38 around there. Where I am now, it's not too bad. It's elevated, you get a bit of breeze. But you get a bit further out, once you get out to Nathan, Salisbury, it's hot as hell around there. Like where I make some of those videos in summer, it's like 38, 39 C. Excuse me, got a frog in the throat. I just cleaned the car out before because I've got to take Freedom, my dog, to the vet to get her nails clipped tomorrow. So my mother will come out, but I had stuff on the back seat, so I had to clear it all out a bit earlier. I'll just turn around here. Excuse me, got a bit of a cough. Let's turn that aircon down a little bit. It's a bit better. Okay, if there's no more comments, I might just wrap this up. But thanks, guys. I didn't expect anyone to really even turn up, so pretty good outcome. Okay, gents, that might do, I think. This is just a bit of a test. I'll try it again some other time. And yeah, thanks, Brizzy boy. And I hope you're all well. And yeah, it's always good to talk to some people in real time, not just make videos. So I hope everyone's doing okay and having a bit of contentment, getting some contentment out of life. That's the main thing, I feel. Okay, fellas. Thanks very much. I'll talk to you again soon, I hope. Cheers.